my pack, my tribe. Welcome to Howling After Dark. Oh my God. So, yeah, just so you know, I'm doing a show. Just so you know, I'm broadcasting this show live right now from my tent. And you may hear rain sounds, you may hear the sounds of wind, because it's something that is abundant here. And I'm actually going to get into that sort of. And I'm going to just describe one of our, if not, I don't remember if it was the first night, but it's definitely within our first week here. Some things that happened. And you may periodically hear the sound of me breaking wood also. I'll try and be conscientious of that. Hold on 1 second. Gotta share this. In any case, okay, so I don't remember if exactly if it was the first night or not, but it was definitely within the first week. We had set up our tents, and I got woken up. It must have been like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Something like that. And there were these massive winds, which I guess is, in the valley that we're in, is pretty well known for these winds. But this one particular night, it was fucking crazy. It basically torn the rainfly off my brand new tent. Which, if I would have known all this, I wouldn't have bothered, to be honest with you. But that wasn't the crazy part. So I will swear to this. This is the honest truth. I know skeptics are going to be like, oh, what the fuck ever, who cares? But my neighbor's dogs. You stay put. Talking to mine. Okay. Yeah, now it's starting to rain. I can hear it. Anyways, so yeah, this wind just whipped. I don't know how fast it was going, but it felt like we were in a tornado. That's how powerful this wind was. It was like really strong. But that's not the part. that skeptics are going to have a hard time with. The part that they're going to have a hard time with is that I saw phoenix lights in the sky. And what I mean by that is, you know, the phoenix lights, the three lights in a triangle, popular footage. And when I say lights, I don't mean one set of three. There were multiple of them, and they were moving around almost musically, almost like they were dancing in the sky. I swear, this is the truth. It is what I saw. People can say whatever they want to say, but this is what I saw. So, I think it was like a couple nights later. I was walking home from work. Yeah, I got a job my first week. I was walking home from work, and I look up and I see phoenix lights again. There's three of them. Then I notice right off. There's two, like, big, regular-sized ones. And then I see a little one split off from one of the bigger ones. There were two side by side, and it split off as I was heading east towards home. It split off from the one on the right. And then, I don't know what that was. And then I noticed that there was a third big one, much bigger than the other two, that was fucking massive. And it wasn't three lights, but it was a triangle. I didn't count how many, but there were several along both sides, and then three across the back. And from my vantage point, it looked like it took up half the sky. Of course, you know, from my perspective, it's probably even bigger than that in reality. But that's what it looked like from my perspective, is like it took up half the fucking sky. And little ones were like, a dozen maybe little ones were splitting off from the massive one. And then it was a clear night, but it was kind of windy, and it was cold, which isn't abnormal because it's the weather here this time of year, apparently, which I would have liked to have known before I came here, but not a deal breaker for me. So anyhow, then it was our second week here. Like this, around the start of our second week here. And I wake up in the middle of the night, probably like 2 in the morning. And I can hear things moving around outside. Now, I don't know that they weren't animals. I mean, I do know that, but I can't say that because I didn't visibly see anything. But I got the sudden and distinct impression that we were not alone and that something was out there moving around my camp. Further evidence of this was seen the next morning when stuff was in fact moved around. Now, people can say it was the wind, they could say whatever, but I've never, ever in my life seen wind pick up heavy objects like these and move them around without hitting something or without disturbing anything else. So, you can make of that what you will. There is a reason why New Mexico is called the land of enchantment. And we're already starting to see it. I did not expect it to be in the form of UFO phenomena. I did not expect it. I wished I would have videotaped it that first night, to be honest with you, because it was fucking amazing. I tried to take a picture, but it was so fucking windy. Things were flapping around. I don't know that I got anything. In fact, I'm sure I didn't. Hold on a second. Just stoking my fire, folks. I'm going to hear some twigs snapping. And you can probably hear the sound of the rain. It's not coming down too bad right now, but that can change. Evidently, this area has flooded before. So my neighbor, who is a self-professed mean older bastard, even though he's like my age, has offered to give us a camper that's on his property that he's not using and that he has no use for. But he hasn't brought it down yet. I don't know if he just wants me to go see it first or have coffee with him or what. But either way, I'm happy to do whatever. Especially if it means I'm getting a camper, because out here you want solid walls. Because these tents aren't going to last once it gets really windy, because it can get up to like 75 miles per hour. Anyways, you're going to hear the sound of me stoking the fire. Tiny bastard. There we go. All right, sorry about that. Anywho, we get comfy. All right. You might hear some hissing because it is raining and I got the fire going. So, yeah, don't think that's something else. Anywho, so that was, the first bit of time that we were here. And something else happened also. Now, to kind of explain this, the town of Moriarty itself is like 9 miles down this road called Abraham's Road. And it's Abraham's, or Abrahamus, ES, road. And you go straight down and it goes to my work, which is, I work at the Pilot Flying J truck stop in Moriarty. And once you hit that, if you make a left and go over this little overpass, you're essentially in what is downtown Moriarty, what there is of it, that is on historic Route 66. i.e. Interstate 40. Now, since our van broke down in Terre Haute, we don't really have any transportation. I've got a moped that I bought off of my friend Nicole, but it is not currently running. I did order some parts that will hopefully get it running, but it hasn't happened yet. So, fingers crossed. Anyways, so it takes me about 5 hours to walk home, because it's 9 miles, and I'm on foot, and it's up and over some hills, so that slows me down a bit. So, point being is that it's like a long trek, right? But this night, I happen to have Nora's bicycle, which we're not using at the moment because it keeps getting flat tires out here. But at the time, I had her bike, and I was riding, so it takes me about half the time on the bike. Because I mean, the uphill parts suck, but going downhill part is very, very fast. Anyways, neither here nor there. So I had met this gentleman named Bill, who I want to say it was my first night working there at the Pilot. He was going by and said, "Hey, I'll give you a ride. I just got to run into town and do this thing real quick, and then I'll come back and pick you up." I'm like, "Okay, cool, man." And I didn't think anything of it, right? I didn't really expect that he would be back anytime soon. And it did take him a little while, but I didn't really go that far down the road because honestly, I didn't feel like biking all the way home. Or no, I was walking at that point because Nora had the bike. He like showed me what street he lived on and everything. And that first night, he took me all the way home, like down this dirt road and everything, which was really cool of him to do, you know. And then the second time he gave me a ride, what? The second time he there it is. Anyways, the second time he gave me a ride, he didn't take me all the way. He dropped me off on his street, and I had my my backpack with me. That had like a bunch of stuff in it. I'm not really going to get into that. It's not really important. But so he dropped me off at the beginning of his street. and then I biked it from there, because that night I did have Nora's bike. And I got just a little bit up the road, and I realized that, oh shit, I don't have my backpack. So I turn around and go back trying to catch him, but he'd already taken off to go, ironically, take his son his backpack. So I still haven't gotten that back, by the way, because I haven't seen Bill in a while. But you know, I replaced almost everything that was in there, I think. But I'd still like to get it back. Anyways, the whole reason I'm bringing this up is because that night when I sat there and I waited at the beginning of the street for like over an hour for him to come back, hoping to like catch him to get my backpack back. And he never showed. He may have turned down another street or something. I don't know. Neither here nor there. Point is I waited for like an hour. So at this point, it's like midnight, 1 a.m. Right? So finally, I'm like, okay, fuck it. And I start biking away. And as I start biking away, this overwhelming sense that I am not alone overcomes me. That something is following me. And it doesn't necessarily mean good things for me. Is the sense that I get. And I couldn't see anything. But I started biking away. And now, here's an important part of this. There is a bunch of billboards all along this road, right? But from Bill Street, further west, back towards the Pilot J, is the Pilot J's billboard, which has, it's electronic in part. It's got the billboard, and then it's got a little cutout with the lit up gas prices, right, in red. And so I start biking away, and I get further and further down the road, yet I turn around, and it looks to me as if I'm not getting any farther away from that red light, from that billboard. And I don't know if that was like just my fear getting the better of me, or messing with my perception, or what. Not that I was truly afraid, but like I couldn't see whatever it was, so my response was to flee, essentially. And I'm going to have to stoke the fire some more here in a minute. Sorry, I'm looking for my lighter. Oh, there you are. So, Anyways. I'm going further and further down the road, and I finally get over this hill, and I'm heading down on the other side. So finally that red light is out of view, which I don't know why whatever I was feeling I was attributing to that sign, but I felt better for about 2 seconds. And then as I was coming over the hill, right in front of me, I see this shadow cross from right to left, like just a few feet in front of my front tire. And it was not like a shadow person. It was a shadow thing. It was on all fours. And it was big. It's kind of how people have described skinwalkers. Now, I don't know that that's what it was. It could very well be that's what it was. It could be that it was a coyote in the darkness, and because there's very little light in certain spots. And it was quick, so I don't really know. But out here, they're true coyotes. And what I mean by that is it's not like back east where when people say coyotes, what they're actually talking about isn't a coyote, it's a coyote-wolf hybrid. Because what happened is in the 1950s, there weren't enough wolves in the area to take care of the deer population getting out of control. And so they imported coyotes from the Southwest, like here, Arizona, Utah, etc., and shipped them back east to take care of that problem. And they did, but what ended up happening is the wolves in the area and the coyotes mated, and they created these hybrids, which are what they call coyotes back there. The coyotes back there are huge. They're like timber wolf size, a lot of them. Out here, they're not that big. They're thin, lanky, and they're very, very timid around people, typically. So this was much, much bigger than what I would expect a coyote to look like out here. All right, folks. I guess that's about all the time I got. Feel free to message me with your opinions, likes, dislikes, what have you. Just don't be an asshole, I ask. That's all I ask. Anyhow, until next time, I pack my tribe. Peace out.